I want this to look cinematic and professional, and I'm also aware that the age of AI, professional content, is making people forget that the real process is rarely picture perfect. And so, this is my first video, and as of right now and today, my commitment and my dedication to sharing my work, my process, is that I want it to be as real, whatever that means, as raw as possible, because it's just real life is not picture perfect. My name is Carlos, aka the Quantum Mechanic, and I'm just coming out of a long phase, almost a year, of what Carl Jung calls the dark night of the soul. I'm in the libido stage, and man, was it a journey. One that I'm really proud of, and that would be who I am. I would not be who I am today, were it not just for the last year, but my entire life. And so, I've been wanting to make these videos for a long time to share my process and my lessons, and this is me breaking the seal. So maybe I'll show my face in the next video. Maybe I'll show it at the end of this one. I don't know. There's so much incredible content out there, incredible creators, gurus, you know, from Greg Braden to Dr. Joe Dispenza, Dana Kipple, you know, but funny case in point, my timer went off and then it cut off the video. It's only been about a minute. Oh, look at those birds. My God, I live by the ocean, and I get to be a part of the nature. It's gorgeous. Anyways, so many gurus and, you know, top tier practitioners talk about consciousness and all that stuff and how to get to your true self and what have you, and they're all incredible. They really are, and I use them all to this day, depending on what the field draws into me for, what I require, what I need, what I call in, what I command. Look at this beautiful. Look at that. Oh my God, look at that. Fucking see, man. Yeah, look at that. I love this shit. And it's always polished. It's always showing, talking about getting through it, but you never see the raw crap that we all go through in real life. And so that's what I want to bring to you guys. That's what I want to bring to myself. Truly, to be able to mirror what I'm experiencing, not just through my lens, but in creating content, and then see it again through the lens that I present to you. Isn't that interesting? And so the point of this video, and I apologize if it's not in depth, but I just wanted to break the seal, rip off the Band-Aid, the fear of creating content, because I wasn't sure anyone would want to listen. And frankly, does it ultimately, at the end of the day, matter if anyone listens? No, I'm not here for the money. I'm not here to become famous. I'm not here with this undying need to be an influencer or to even be a public-facing persona. As a matter of fact, I was trying to stay away from it. I'm a former Hollywood top executive. I was a performer before that. I left performing because I didn't like the limelight. And but the field is calling me to now start sharing with you what I've learned, what I'm learning, and how I continue growing. Here is my commitment. So I was a Hollywood talent agent, top tier, A-list, representing a lot of the 1%. And I want to bring my professional background of nearly 30 years and marry it with the consciousness work that we're all doing, whether we're conscious or not. And basically, as a Hollywood talent rep, I always called myself an architect, a career architect. And part of that process was networking and bridging the tools together to firstly help my clients accomplish all of their goals, the ones they dreamt of and the ones they didn't see until I could see them. I'm not saying that sounds egotistical. It's not that. It's a lot of times talent is too close to their own abilities and they can't see beyond what they're dreaming. And me as an outsider, a visionary for that specific talent, can't see. But a lot of that was educating people on directors' work, producers' work, sending them prior works done by a particular filmmaker that they hadn't been aware of, or vice versa, educating the directors and producers and financiers of my clients and connecting the dots, basically. And so what I want to do different is, in addition to sharing my experience out here in this wild, wild west of the 3D matrix, is what tools I'm using on the daily. I'm not going to reinvent the wheel. There's 1,001 people out there who do that perfectly. I'm not here to come and try to saturate the already saturated market. But I thought, what if I marry my abilities as a Hollywood agent and the function that I performed in educating people on other creators' works, what creators I'm using to help me get through the day-to-day. Worth mentioning, and more will come out later, I'm working several blue-collar jobs. That's on purpose. While I've been in school studying law, studying AI, and figuring out what all that looks like in this picture that's starting to become clear, that I'll share with more as we get to know each other. And but yeah, so my main function will be sharing the process, and all of us sharing in what I call the workshop, the shop floor. What are we all doing when we get dirty with life and clean it all up? Well, there's various versions of cleaning it up. There's just putting things back together the way they were, or there's just doing what I just recently did completely, which is dismantle it all. Let it burn down, so to speak. Walk through the fear of watching the ashes float up into the sky, leaving nothing but rubble and ultimately stillness. That's where the real work begins, because when there's nothing, particularly if you've lived excuse me, a few decades like I have. I'm 54 years old, coming on 55. I don't look it. But anyways, that's ego right there, see? I can be all conscious as I want, but that ego is always there, and that's okay, because I've integrated my ego. That's the Jungian process. We're not meant to deny one side or the other. We're meant to integrate all our sides. And with that, the beautiful sun, nature, life. Welcome to the workshop.